This weekend we're going to be doing a workout that's form specific. You know, a lot of times I'll preach about having the right form and taking pride in our movements, and I think that's what separates us from a lot of different workouts. And just because we base our workouts a lot on competition does not mean that we should lack form and having pride in everything that we do. So I want to talk about three things. One's going to be body control, the other is plate control, and something else is called mind control. Really, it just comes down to being disciplined. So the first thing is body control. Anytime we're doing things that are jump related, like hang 10 or rivets or squat jump or paratroop or something like that, I really want to show people how to do the right hand positioning. When I first came up with, requiring people to touch the ground, the reason why we did that was because a lot of people were just jumping up and down and not getting low enough. So before, you didn't have to touch the ground, all you had to do was this, but now enough people are actually getting low and exploding up. So as a rule of thumb, I want people to have dead arms. I don't want you to reach towards the ground. If your arms are dead and you're like this and touch the ground, that's going to assure you're going to get low enough. I think right now too many people are reaching far forward and are just concerned with touching the ground rather than actually getting into the squatted position, keeping your chin up, dropping your butt down. So as a rule of thumb, just think about keeping your arms dead, and just when they get down and touch the ground, that's how you touch the turf. So the other thing with body control is things like your lunges or rotating squat. Don't use any fillers. What I mean by fillers are this. Okay, if you're doing a lunge and then you're tired and you take a couple extra steps, that comes off as cheating. I'm not saying that you are cheating, but maybe you're just not aware of those extra steps. Those extra steps add up to a couple inches and they add up to a couple feet, and that adds up to a couple extra points on the board. So really be aware of those extra movements. So if you're doing rotating squat, this is a big one. Rotating squat, if you go down, technically you're only allowed to pivot just like you would in basketball and move as much as your foot will pivot, okay? So if you squat, rotate, and then you end up taking an extra step in between, so you go like this, and then take an extra step, you just missed the whole extra squat. So just want to make sure you're doing that too. Things like your typhons or your crokins, make sure that like when you're doing your hops, you're not taking a couple extra steps just because you're tired or you're just falling through. As I'll talk about later, make sure you have discipline in your movements, stick the landing, and don't just allow yourself to just fall forward. Make sure that you're taking an extra step of work and not wasting steps just because you're tired. The other thing is plate control. I don't talk about this enough, I don't think. So I don't think many people are aware that it's something that I want people to do. But make sure you keep your plate upright. So when you're doing things like plate shake or big bully or kiss of death, or not kiss of death, cyclone, make sure the plate's up and down. It should be up and down like this. It shouldn't be angled. As soon as you angle it like this, I don't know if people are aware of it, but it's a lot easier. It makes the weight evenly distributed, and it allows your your biceps and your forearms to take a little bit more of a rest. If you have it up and down, it's a lot harder, okay? Big bully, get your elbows out in front of you. You'll notice there's air between my elbows and my body. It's not like this. Again, there's air between my elbows and my body. Makes it a lot harder. The biggest thing is something like cyclone. We don't want it tilted because it's not pushing up. It's not this. It's not just a little bit. You want to keep the plate flat. Push from the midsection, get your body completely turned, extend out. That front arm should be almost completely extended, out, 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 and the plate's up and down. Same thing also goes with your kiss of death. Make sure you're getting it out. It's not a V-sit with a little bit of a shake. We want you to get all the way out because you're going to work your chest, you're going to work your shoulders. If you're just sitting on the ground and just kind of vibrating the plate, that's defeating the purpose of the exercise. Do it the right way so your arms get fatigued. And really that's what it comes down to. Is my last point is something I want to call it mind control, but it's really discipline. Just have pride in the exercises that you're doing. A lot of things like the jumps and stuff, yeah, it's a lot harder to get down and touch the ground and bend your hips and bend your knees the right way, but like Frankie was saying the other day, if you can't do the exercise the right way, that's a sign for you to take a break. We don't want anybody getting hurt, and we want people doing the exercise the right way. So let's say you're doing a halo, and you want to keep going and take a couple extra steps, but you're not going to pump the plate. Just stop, recover, and then do it the right way. It's a matter of having pride in what you're doing, especially, I mean, I keep thinking of other things like a hurl and twist. Make sure you stick the landing. It's not like you just keep going around in a circle. We want everything you do to reflect doing things to the utmost, potential. And the things like your scores are going to improve as you do the exercises the right way. We want the scores to reflect an actual improvement in your fitness level, not you figuring out the loopholes and figuring out the ways to cheat. And so, like I said, this weekend we're going to have a workout. It's going to be molehills. One thing you're going to notice is there's no scores that are going to be written up on the board. You will get a score, but you're not going to know exactly where you have to get your normal score. So all I want you to do is go slow, focus on every movement that you're going to do, and just try to do it the best you can. I know you guys always do that, but we just want to kind of emphasize some of the exercises that we're doing and make sure that everyone's kind of doing the same exercises at the same time.